Hey guys, this is Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Path. We're starting the second case now. We just finished the first one, so we know that Horace Knightley got sent to jail for killing Rook. And let's start, then prison turnabout. The bell. This is kind of creepy. Oh, dang. He's dead. It's not good. I wonder who it was. A dog? March 27, 10:16 a.m. Detention Center, Visitors Room. He's not coming. He's not coming, sir. How does he intend to keep us waiting? Now, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to get your cravat in a twist. I'm assuming he's tied. Ethan Rook's murder. 2 days ago, after the incident, we visited the detention center. Naturally, we were hoping to meet with the defendant, Horace Knightley. His trial was set to begin the next day, with me serving as the prosecutor. He's rather late. You there? Do you know what's going on? It sounds strange. I'll try calling one more time. It's terrible. It's Knightley. He's been murdered. What? What did you say? Murdered? Is that the detention center? Mr. Edgeworth, let's go check it out. You there, take us to the crime scene. Post-haste. Yes, sir. Knightley's not in his cell? I thought he would be held there. What are you doing, sir? This way! Where are you taking us, pal? Through this door is the... Ah, it's the prison. Prison? Then what were the small rooms back there? Those cells we just passed are the part of the detention center. They're used for holding suspects temporarily while they await their trial. What lies ahead is a facility that serves a completely different purpose. This is where criminals who've been declared guilty serve out their sentence, pal. It's the one place a great thief does not want to end up, Kay. I'm opening the door now. Please follow me. Oh my gosh. There's no mistaking it. Knightley's dead. Moreover, he was murdered inside the prison walls. How exactly did this happen? March 27, 10:32 a.m. Prison workroom. Workroom A, sorry. I can't believe something like that would happen to Mr. Knightley. I can't believe it either. The scene you see before you is the unmistakable reality. Besides, wasn't Mr. Knightley supposed to be in the detention center? He was. Knightley hadn't had his trial yet. Before a subject is found guilty, they're detained in the detention center's holding cells. They only enter the prison after they have received a guilty verdict. Knightley should have not been moved in here. Do you think he passed through those giant doors that we went through earlier, sir? Huge metal doors and a long passageway separate the prison and the detention center. As a suspect, Knightley wouldn't have been able to pass through. Floor plan is jotted in my organizer. What happened to Knightley? In order to solve this mystery, we must first investigate the crime scene. Okay, so let's check everything out. I think it's me and K, yep. This section of the room is covered in dirt. The dirt is soft and has footprints on it, sir. There are too many footprints. It won't be easy to identify them all. Until the forensics arrive, we shouldn't probably tamper with this area. Detective, please, don't trip and fall in the dirt. I'll be careful, sir. I don't want to get my favorite coat dirty. I'm more worried that you'll mess up the footprints. Let's check out what is this? Looks weird. Whip. We won't rest until we inspected every suspicious nook and crook and nanny. It's quite a large area to investigate. Press Y to switch screens. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. I still don't like that. What is this, a hook? It's a pulley. Is this what they use for prison labor too? Looks like it. There's something I want to ask you. Don't even think about dangling on that hook. Eh? How did you know that's what I wanted to do? Somehow I had a feeling. What's this, prison cell? Or a cage? It's a cage inside the cage that is a prison. It's like a cage. It's like cageception. I believe the correct term is prison cell. They're the same thing. You need to look at it at the essence of things. Actually, it's more important to get the correct information. Let's go to the bottom one. A whip. Those are some colorful sheets. Oh, sorry, my brother's asking me a question. They're the most eye-catching thing in this room. They don't fit in with the prison. There's a whip placed on top of the sheets. Reminds me of the whip lady. Maybe she left her whip here? I doubt she ever leave her whip behind. Everyone knows she's talking about, you know, Franziska von Karma, so no one likes her. There was a rope near the body as well. By the way, my special talent. It's about rope escapes. There's no need for that now. Ah, does she want to show off that badly? Those are some colorful sheets. They're the most eye-catching thing in this room. They don't fit in with the prison. There's a whip placed on top of the sheets. It reminds me of the whip lady. Maybe she left her whip here? I doubt she ever leave a whip here behind. Wait, did I not get the... Wait, did I get the colorful sheets in my organ? No. Those are some colorful... Oh, okay. I guess I did get it. Same logic? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. I think that's it for that. Let's do the body now. Horace Knightley, murdered right before his trial. Let me take a closer look. Is that a chess set? What's this? Mr. Edgeworth has something similar. Mr. Edgeworth has something similar in his office. It's a portable chessboard. It was probably the victim's. Ah, Mr. Knightley enjoyed chess, right? He was probably using it to pass time in the detention center. That's gross. The blood from his neck has stained his braids bright red. The cause of death was most likely from the neck wound. He probably died instantly. He couldn't even cry out in pain. There are small bumps on his head. Are those bruises? Maybe after he was stabbed in the neck, maybe he fell back and hit his head? I wonder. At this point in time, there are too many unknowns. Kay, do you have your digital camera with you? I'd like the detective to take a photo of the body. Would you let him borrow it? Sure thing. Here, Gummy. Thanks, pal. Alright, I'm taking the picture, sir. Still, he's wearing some awfully dirty clothes. There appears to be some dirt stains in several places. He's wearing those clothes even though they're dirty. He's just like me, sir. Detective, I hope you realize that not everyone shares your lack of hygiene. Is this a glove? This is a rubber glove. Yes, there's no mistake. It's a rubber glove. How come there's only one? Let me take a closer look. What is that? It's covered in mud up to the wrist. Maybe someone was playing with mud in the prison? I want to get in on the action too. Do it on your own time, but we're not investigating a case. Let's rotate it. Anything in here? Nope. It says for inmate use. That means a prisoner uses glove? Yes, that's what I was thinking. Okay. Looks like blood. The fingerprints of the glove. The fingers of the glove are covered in blood. This glove was dropped after the pool of blood formed. Eh? Why is that? If it was on the floor before the pool of blood had formed, the blood would have formed an outline around the glove. Ah, I see. The blood would have only gotten the edges of the glove. This glove was discarded after it was covered in blood. It must mean that the killer left it behind. Indeed, it's highly probable. At the very least, this person who dropped this saw the body. You there. What is it, sir? Do you recognize this glove? Yes, sir. It's the inmates use for prison labor. Use these for prison labor. That's odd. Rubber gloves are usually kept in the inmates' rooms. They're strictly regulated, so that you can't just take them out. Indeed. There's no sign of any other rubber gloves in this room. Isn't that the same as sheet color or whatever? He's covered with a dirty sheet. There's a rope on top of the sheet. Was Knightley tied up with this rope? Let's take a look under the sheet. We might be able to find something. Yikes! This sheet is bright red. Bright red. These appear to be bloodstains. We might still be able to find something. Let's search this area a little more closely. Let's check Winston's hand. There's something on his finger. Let's have a closer look. Oh, it looks like an expensive ring. Don't steal it. What? I didn't do anything yet. What else is there to examine? Is that... Nope. I think that's it. That's all we can do for now. Let's talk to this guy and see if he knows anything. Is there anything out of place? Yes, sir. If I had to say. What is it? There's a dead body over there. That's definitely out of place. If you notice anything else out of place, please be sure to tell me. Am I forgetting something? Yes, sir. There are a bunch of strange tools here. I don't see anything out of place. I'm kind of picking up on the scent of animals. Do you have a special smelling abilities or something? No, it's just a feeling, but I can smell the scent of treasure. Remind me to lock up all my valuables in a safe. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. I want to steal your valuables. So you would steal somebody else's valuables. Oh yeah, we can connect that. So they probably got the stacked sheets and the bloody sheet, they probably are connected somehow. The sheets stacked here have a very distinctive pattern. It's the same as this blood-stained sheet. That's right, Kay. Oops. Wrong voice. Don't steal my lines like that. Hee 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 hee. Mr. Edgeworth, you shouldn't get caught off guard like that. I'll never lose my edge as the great thief. I thought she was on hiatus. We collected a bit of evidence. With the three of us here, it's a piece of cake, right, Gummy? That's right, pal. We're the Invincible Trio. It's too early to start celebrating. There's still something we haven't found yet. Eh? What haven't we found yet, sir? What is missing from this crime scene? I don't really see a murder weapon. The murder weapon that took the victim's life has not been found yet. Ah, now that you mention it, you're absolutely right, sir. Detective, get your act together. Isn't that the most basics of basics? I'm sorry, sir. Don't worry about it, Gummy. I didn't notice it either. It's not much of a consolation. Not consolate. Is it consolate? Or Did you mean like consolation? Like console? Never mind. In this prison, dangerous objects can be used as weapons are strictly regulated. It would be quite dangerous if an inmate got their hands on them. Obtaining a murder weapon and carrying it around is not an easy task. I see, you have a point. What was the murder weapon? And where did it go? That could be the key to solving this case. Huh? There are visitors here already? Who's this guy? Sorry to barge in like this. Is this the crime scene? You're... Huh? Aren't you... That piercing gaze? That furrowed brow? Has been a long time, Mr. Shields. Yes, that frilly thing around your neck and that stiff grin. There's no doubt about it. Prosecutor Manfred von Karma. Fancy meeting you here. Dude, we're not von Karma. What are you saying, pal? Mr. Edgeworth's not that old, man. Detective, it's fine. Oh, it's you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. I thought you looked a bit young. You two are so similar. Looks like your Uncle Ray got you two mixed up again. You never change. How many years has it been since we last saw each other? I've forgotten already. Your Uncle Ray has been overseas these past few years. But you know, there's something I still haven't forgotten. About you. And your betrayal. I'm getting some bad vibes over here. Do you know this man? This guy, Edgeworth? Allow me to introduce him to you. Raymond Shields, attorney at law. Ace Attorney Ray Shields, at your service. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir. Kay Faraday, nice to meet you. I'm the Great Thief. Ah, but I'm currently on hiatus. Great Thief, that sounds romantic. How wonderful. Oh, Mr. Shields, you get it, right? I'm currently recruiting new members. The registration forms are easy to fill out. That's splendid. My Uncle Ray would love to join your little game. I'm sorry, but we're only accepting bright, cheerful, and energetic girls. I see, that's too bad. How about a hug then? That's the sign of affection. No. I guess not. This isn't Europe after all. Do Europeans really greet like that though? I don't know. Mr. Shields, what are you doing here? Oops, that's right. Sorry. Not allowing the attorney to investigate the crime scene is part of the Karma way, right? Hey, you've been going on about karma this, karma that. What's your problem, pal? Detective, restrain yourself. This can't be helped. Eh? Mr. Shields, are you the defense attorney for Horace Knightley? That's right, or should I say, I was his defense attorney. He always uses the quotes a lot. Mr. Shields is the defense attorney. If Knightley had not been murdered, I would have been going up against him in court. I should listen to what he has to say. Yeah, okay, let's talk to him. Defense attorney. Since you received the request to represent the victim, that means you must... that must mean... Yes, your Uncle Ray was supposed to meet Knightley Boy. As was I. I had planned to meet up with him, but then we heard the report of the dead body. I even brought him a California roll. Mr. Shields, you can't bring him food into the detention center. Ah, is that right? Well then, would you like it? No thanks. Still to think that Prosecutor Edward actually meets with the defendants. All defendants are guilty. Wasn't that the Von Karma way? That's a thing of the past. Is that right? So, you sure you don't want it? I told you, I don't want it. The victim. Did you meet with Knightley? Hey, we met yesterday. I called him over as soon as Knightley Boy was arrested. They called me over as soon as Knightley Boy was arrested. He was being quite hostile. Oh yeah, he mentioned you. He talked about how you interfered with his plans. He probably said some nasty things about me. Even if he hates me, I'm fine with it. Man, the two of us had a great time talking about you. Mr. Shields, you also talked about me? I frequent the visitor's office quite often here. It's been a while since I had such a good time. So you're a regular at this prison? Hey now, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not here as an inmate. I'm here to visit an old acquaintance of mine. We usually meet in the visitor's room, but I've also been in here before. Then I should ask him about this room. I wonder who he's talking about, that his friend. About this room. This room. Where the body was found. Do you know anything about it? Ah, this room, eh? Here's a pop quiz for our prodigy prosecutor. Which of these three is the name of this room? I don't think it's any of these, but I'm just gonna go with entertainment room, I guess. The entertainment room? Wow, Prosecutor Edgeworth sees this place as an entertainment room? And why not? There are plenty of toys here. Well, let's reveal the correct answer. Prosecutor Edgeworth's answer is... wrong. The correct answer is the workroom. All three choices were wrong. I hate it when he does that. The inmates carry out various kinds of prison labor in here. It also serves as a rehab program, allowing them to receive job training in prison. So how do they monitor this room? Who's in charge of the key to the entrance? Prosecutor Edgewood, even your Uncle Ray doesn't have all the answers. Hey, you there, could you tell us? Yes, sir. This room does not use any locks or keys. Instead of locks, the doors are equipped with sensors. What do you mean by that? All the prison inmates are wearing electronic bracelets. When a bracelet passes through the door, it activates the sensor, and an alarm will sound. After a certain amount of time has passed, the bracelet will emit a painful shock. If the bracelets are tampered with, it will emit an electric shock 3 times as powerful. Eh? That's terrifying! To ensure that the inmates follow the rules, it's to ensure that inmates follow the rules, although it seems a bit harsh. That's why whenever an inmate goes through the door, a guard has to accompany them to deactivate the sensor first. And that's that. Did any of the inmates use this workroom today? In the past few days, no one has used this room, I'm sure of it. So not one inmate has entered this room today. Door sensor data jotted down in my organizer. If that's the case, it raises a contradiction with the crime scene. There's something here in this crime scene that should not exist. I will use my powers of deduction and inspect the crime scene again. Okay, so I think what he's talking about is the glove, because it shouldn't be here. Let's examine the body real quick. No, never mind. Okay, let's deduce the glove. Is this spot connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yeah, because the door sensor, right? The inmate cannot freely enter this room, as they are wearing bracelets that set off the sensors. According to the guard, it seems that no inmates were scheduled to enter this room today. However, a rubber glove used by the inmates was left in here. That means that is a direct contradiction. Then, who left this rubber glove in here, sir? I don't know, yet. However, it seems that this rubber glove is connected to our case. Nice. Guard, aside from the prison inmates and prison guards, does anyone else have access to this room? Well, this is a prison facility after all. Only inmates and prison guards come through here. Sorry, my computer's lagging a little bit. Mr. Shields. What are you saying? There are others that come in this room? There are others that come in here? Aside from inmates and prison guards, there are certain things that can enter this room. Are you talking about them? But they are... What is he talking about? Mr. Shields, what are these things that you speak of? It should be obvious. You came all the way here without seeing one. Prosecutor Edgeworth? Usually you can find them walking around the prison facility. You see, once you leave this room, Prosecutor Edgeworth. You're just saying that to get to Mr. Edgeworth to leave, pal. What now? Don't trust me? Don't you trust me? Mr. Detective, you have a big body but a small mind. What did you say, pal? Detective Gumshoe. Sorry, sir. Come on, follow me. I'll show you what Uncle Ray has been talking about. Salute. March 27th, 11:06 a.m. Prison hallway. This place is a little different from your normal prison. There are more than just the prisoners and the guards living here. There's animals. Animals. Yep, animals. According to the guard, they introduced animal therapy here several years ago. Each prisoner is assigned one animal. In other words, they receive a pet partner. That seems kind of fun. Plus, learning to take care of their pet is a great qualification to have. Ah, so you mean that workroom? Yep, that's where the prisoners practice taking care of their pets. So then, this thing you mentioned that could enter the crime scene is... right, these animals. But that doesn't make any sense, pal. Why would an animal leave behind a rubber glove? Quite right. But the fact remains that they could have entered the crime scene. Mr. Edgeworth, can you please tuck some sense into this man? Mr. Shields, are the animals allowed to go wherever they please? Most of the doors in the prison are fitted with sensors. With sensors, the sensors not only sound an alarm in response to the prisoners' bracelets, they also respond to the animal microchip and open the door for them. Microchip? It seems like it's like a tiny machine embedded under the animal's skin. And all it takes is a simple injection, and the microchip is inserted. What? That sounds painful. I heard that it's not that painful, but anyway, since animals aren't criminals, they're allowed to move freely. How ironic. The only ones that have with the most freedom in this prison are the animals. But still, they can't go out of the prison. The prisoner's entrance does not have a sensor. Oh? What's that? Is that a bell? Oh. This seems kind of... What's that? What's this? This dog. What's this? This dog. It has a bell on its collar. Was this the sound that we heard earlier? Mr. Edgeworth, why are you glaring at each other? I mustn't lose. Mr. Edgeworth, you're not good with dogs, are you, sir? I'll tame that dog myself. Here, boy, here. Oh, he just ignored him. Poor Gumshoe. It completely ignored me, sir. Compared to the other animals, there's something different about this one. I'm sensing a great hostility towards me only. Is that dog not like prosecutors or something? That's weird. Well, no, that's... Now that I introduced you to the animals, what's next on the agenda? Of course, we question those related to the case, pal. We should gather information about the state of these things when the body was discovered. We'll start with you, and that's so. Tell us what you know. He's completely ignoring me, sir. You there, do you know anything about the incident? He's scary. Don't be so cold. Come on, you can talk to us. Or how about an introductory hug? It's time. What was that? Sorry, was Uncle Ray's joke a little too much? Oh. Ah, so cute. Is that a polar bear? Exercise time. This man is clearly odd. I need to get some answers from him. Your name is... Me? I'm prisoner number D-259, J. Albert. Gotta raise my metabolism, can't let my muscles rest. Muscle Society, it looks like you lost a lot of weight. Half of the match is won even before it has begun, yeah. Gotta make the weight limit. Are you entering some kind of tournament? Ah, perhaps as a boxer? Yeah, I'm a former boxer and exercise is just a hobby of mine. Well then, it sure looks like it's the bear's hobby too. He's hanging on like an apron, so cute. This is Rocky, the polar bear. He's my partner. He's loosening his tongue. Maybe we can try asking him now. Where were you and Rocky at the time of the incident? I don't know anything. I got nothing to say to you. That's for me to decide. Now answer the question. Didn't I just tell you? I don't know nothing. He has no intention of talking. In that case, you got no choice but to use that. If he insists he has nothing to do with this, we will just have to prove that there is a connection. Mr. Albert, by all means, you will tell us what you know. Now, let's analyze the situation. A fighting stance. It seems that he has become agitated. In these circumstances, a direct confrontation would be pointless. When my opponent becomes agitated, I should calmly wait and see. When I see an opening, I would not hold back. Now, let's question him about his knowledge of the incident. To start with, I'll ask him about his movements today. I'll have to tire him out before the sound of the bell. What did you do today? Can you tell me what you have done today? Answer me. Huh? If you want to fight with me, get into your fighting stance. Let me show him. Just wait it out. What? Are you throwing in the towel already? This this is not a fist fight. Welcome to the war that is chess. By the way, hasn't all that moving around tire you out yet? Don't underestimate my stamina. You want to test me with that body of yours? Let's wait it out still. I ain't tired at all. Well, first off, I held back in my training today. I just stayed quietly in my cell. Quietly? Then what's with all that sweat? Buzz off. That's all I gotta say. I'm getting a little tired. Didn't you say you stay? Yeah, he's tired. You're a well-trained boxer. However, you need more practice in the art of lying. Getting a little tired? That's not possible. You said you stayed quietly in your cell just a moment ago. Rocky, it looks like this is going to be a tough opponent. Oh, he has weights? Ooh. This man, he looks like he's hiding something. He's still hiding something. Next, I'll ask him about the time of the incident. I do not need to use fists. My words alone are enough for the KO. Yeah, let's ask him what... Do you recall what you were doing at the time of the incident? Sleeping. Rocky was too. The incident happened just a few moments ago. You look wide awake to me. Let's wait it out, because he might get really agitated. Muscles strengthen while they're resting. Sleep is important. Well then, I'm sorry to have woken you. Rest is a part of training, right? Oh? So you get it after all. Not bad, Mr. Prosecutor. How do you know I'm a prosecutor? I never introduced myself. Oh? I don't recall introducing myself as a prosecutor. How'd you know? That's the conversation we had when we first entered this room. Were you by any chance eavesdropping on us? In that case, there's no way you could have been asleep. You lied to us. Oh, sorry, my computer's lagging a little bit. You got me there. You pack a nice punch. Yeah, I lied about sleeping. So what? I was just exercising in this room. You got a problem with that? Well, I know now. I now know he was awake. I should remember this clue. Let's see. Did you notice anything during the incident? When the incident occurred, did you notice anything unusual about the prison? Huh? Dude, answer us. Answer the question. What was the situation like at the time of the incident? Sorry, I got no answers for you. I was asleep then. Rocky was too. Let's try using that clue. He even says he's exercising, yeah. Weren't you exercising? Stop telling it such an obvious lie. Didn't you admit earlier you were exercising? Tisk. Looks like I just ate a counter. Your back's against the ropes, and there's no way out. Just confess already. Hey, quiet down a bit. If outsiders like you make a racket, you'll frighten the animals again. Again? So, were they frightened before? You've been persistent. However, I'm afraid you're about to hit the mat. You said again just now. Did something happen earlier? To frighten the animals? Gah! Dang it. How could I have gotten sucker punched like that? Yeah. There was this great scream back then, and it startled the animals. Dang, I would never have lost in a real ring. Checkmate. Logic chess complete. I believe this proves that you do know something about the case. Dang. Okay, I'll talk. You did it, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't lose focus, Kay. The real game has just begun. Let's just stop for a moment. Uncle Ray's got one important thing to say. It must be fate that brought us all together after all these years. I received the opportunity to observe your skills carefully, and I'll be giving a detailed report to that person about how much you've grown. Who's that person? Who is that person? You didn't know? The truth is, this doesn't concern Kay. She doesn't need to know. Whoa there. You scared me. Don't get so worked up. You can do what you like. It doesn't matter to me. How have you been living your life ever since you were tainted by the Von Karma way? I'm sure that person would be interested. I feel that it's my duty to report it to him. I'll expose your mistakes here. I won't let you disappoint him any further. Mr. Edward, just what are you guys talking about? Don't concern yourself with it. Our only opponent is Albert. Well then, let's hear it. What do you know about the case? You're gonna be sorry. About the incident. Recreation time ended around 10 a.m. I returned to this room and went straight to my training. Just as I counted to 2, I heard a voice shout, "Arrgh, I've been stabbed!" It sounded like someone was calling out for help, but I couldn't do anything since I was locked up in my cell, so I went back to my training. I think there's a big contradiction. That's odd. You really weren't bothered by that shout? Even if I was, there was nothing I could do. Look out for number 1 before you look out for others. That's a basic rule in prison. Indeed, if you ever wanted to take a look, he'd still be locked in his cell. Is all that training equipment yours? You seem to have quite a collection. I got them from the supplier. Supplier? You can just get about anything if you put it in order. It's our secret shop. That's quite convenient. So if Uncle Ray wanted a cute girl, in that case he should order a book on how to give a testimony. I was gonna say something. Before I'm going to knock you down in court in one hit. You gonna KO me? Stop kidding around. Hey, don't ignore your Uncle Ray. Rebuttal about the incident. You can see a comment. Return to Ben's room and straight to his training. He said I counted to 2. I heard a voice shout out. I think this contradicts one of the evidence we have. Because how can he call up for help if he's dead? Because he remember his neck was broken, so he couldn't cry out. Mr. Albert, can you hear my voice clearly? While you mocking me? The victim received a fatal blow to the throat, which means he couldn't possibly have screamed. So why did you hear a non-existent scream? There should have been a scream. There should have been one. Dang it. I'd rip that smug look off your face. Yeah, you're right. I never heard a scream. The only one who heard it was the guy in the next cell. The next cell? The next cell. Who's that guy? Ah, what's up? I heard the scream. Recreation time had just ended, and it just happened after we returned to our cells. So then, I told that guy, I heard a great scream. Can you describe that scream for me? Sure. Never told the guy about the contents of the scream, though. Aye! Someone, come quickly! A man's been... Something like that. So it wasn't the victim. But rather, it was the first person to discover the body who screamed. I see, so that solves the mystery. So there was nothing wrong with Mr. Albert's testimony. Is that really true? Or is there something problem with Albert's testimony? There is a problem still. No. In this case, a new problem has arisen. Mr. Albert, why did you not hear the scream? It's odd that he didn't hear the scream, sir. Hey you, why didn't you hear the scream, pal? Gah! Hey! You guys, do you suspect me? I was shut up in this stupid cell the whole time. How could I have killed somebody in the workroom? That would be impossible, wouldn't it? Yeah, none of us could have killed him. If we could kill him, we would have already killed you guys by now. Aye, Gumshoe. You guys, don't think you're going to get out of this prison alive. And you don't forget, despite being locked inside cages, these guys are dangerous criminals. It looks like we got ourselves in a pretty bad situation here. What can I do? I can't talk to them in these circumstances. Who's that? Who was that? Seen her on the case, but I have no idea who she is. Please, be silent. What? Who are you? Can't see you. Can't you see we're busy? Silence is golden. Silence is golden. What the? Now, your hands. You shall remain silent under the judgment of the law. You should be thankful to get to live your life without the need of money. You are able to receive the blessing of the goddess of law. What's the goddess of law? Guard, if you would please. Congratulations, you get to spend the night in the disciplinary room. Eh? That's... No! Not there! Anywhere but there! Accept this wonderful blessing. Let your heart be reborn and cast away your sins. Stop it! No! Oh, goddess of law, give this man your blessing. I thank thee. You are? My name is Justin Courtney. I am privileged to be a judge and an emissary of the strength of the law. A judge, you say? Why are you here? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I came here to meet with you personally. I convey the will of the Prosecutorial Investigation Committee. That is my appointed task. Prosecutor Investigation Committee? What is that? Do not use that name so lightly. Those are the sacred words of the goddess of law. Since little kid doesn't know, Uncle Ray will explain it for her. The PIC is an assembly comprised of 11 members. Their job is to check if prosecutors are doing their job properly. If I'm not mistaken, the members are elected from politicians and those from the legal profession. So, I take it you are one of those members? Indeed, I am thankful they judged me worthy of such a task. I too, I am thankful I was able to meet you here. Ahem, how about a hug of thankfulness? The Prosecutorial Investigation Committee also shares a deep ties with the Bar Association. Hey, I was just kidding, no need to make such a scary face. So your job is to find bad prosecutors and punish them? Well said. You may be blessed by the goddess of law. Our job is to remove problematic prosecutors from their cases, so that those people are not fit to be prosecutors. Will be stripped of their prosecutor's badge. What business do you have with this whatchamacallit committee have to do with Edgeworth, pal? We're in the middle of an investigation here. I don't like this guy. Wow, you're thick. Seriously. How thick can you be? Just who do you think you are, pal? Me? I'm a prosecutor. Sebastian De Besti. I think that's right. De Besti? Is my name. Haven't you heard of me? At the prosecutor's office, everyone calls me the best. I'm so beloved there. I never heard of you. Hey you, Flatfoot. You heard of me, right? This is the first time, pal. Oh well, it can't be helped. There's no way for someone so thick on the intake that could have good ears. Don't you mean slow on the uptake? I suppose it's only natural, as Sebastian has only became a prosecutor last month. He's just a rookie prosecutor? Right. The best rookie prosecutor in the office. Or so he plans to be. Mr. Edgeworth, I am here to clean up the mess you made. What do you mean? The PIC intends to have me replaced. That much is clear. Mr. DeBesty, I know what you're trying to say. However, I have not been informed of this. Your Honor, I would like an explanation. Very well. This judgment has been passed under the name of the Goddess of Law. The incident at the President's welcoming event, and the murder of Horace Knightley. The Prosecutorial Investigation Committee has decreed that you will be taken off this case, and Sebastian has been appointed to take over the case. That is all. What? You can't just take him off the case like that, pal. Your Honor, I thought I asked for an explanation. The judgment is guilty. The Goddess of Law's verdict is absolute. I have done nothing wrong to warrant being taken off this case. You don't remember? Very well. In this case, I shall remind you of your past crimes. You boarded the President's plane, which is protected by extraterritorial rights. And then, of all things, you order a search of the President's personnel. A single mistake could have sparked an international incident. You crossed a line as a prosecutor, and you gravely overstepped your authority. I'll admit, my actions may have gone against the rules. However, if I had not taken that risk, I'm certain the truth would have never been found. I've never considered my actions as a mistake. So you're saying, as long as the ends justifies the means, it's alright to ignore the rules? That is an extremely dangerous way of thinking. No one is above the rules. That is the spirit of the law. I'm sorry, but I cannot accept your way of thinking. I see. That's a shame. Even so, the gavel must slam down at the conclusion of a trial. Even if you or the defense attorney or the suspect do not consent to the verdict, all you can do is accept the blessings of the Goddess of Law. Or will you fight it and risk losing your badge? She means to take my badge if I don't obey. Ah, that's too bad. It seems that you understand. Now then, guards, please proceed. Hold it right there. Hey, what are you doing? Aren't you supposed to be on our side? You should listen to the new prosecutor in charge. Eh? I don't want to work for you, pal. But isn't that the job of a flatfoot? We're at an overwhelming disadvantage here. It's useless to resist any longer. Detective Gumshoe, you are now under Mr. DeBesty's authority. But that's... Your Honor. Yes? What is it? Does this mean I have accepted your decision? We will meet again, certainly. I look forward to that day. Let's go, Kay. Yeah. Wait, don't forget. I'll be reporting today's events to that person. Whew, that was a lot in one episode. Okay, guys, so we're gonna leave off here, and next time we're gonna see what happens next. Alright, see you guys.